It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Sticking with Walker on second down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Mayfield off the play fake. He lets it fly from Lockett. It got his man complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action. Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
You're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Once with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Stafford. That ball complete to Isabella. past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stafford. And he'll just get rid of it. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he's going to lose yardage here. So they're losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and 1. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Able to find Isabella. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Stafford looks to throw again. That's over the middle and caught by Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, this defense for the Seahawks much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
They'll run here with Akers. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Akers again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. He lost 2 there. That's 3rd down.
There are 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
I know we saw the pass and the completion and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it, because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
They snap it to Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. comes the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Mayfield. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Here comes Grant on the return. .39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Stafford. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. These two teams all tied after 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Tanner Muse with it. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Rams are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come to like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
They're able to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he's got room. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
50 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
The best offensive lines I know, they hang together and they don't really make a distinction. The right side of this offensive line, they may ask for a raise after that one because without them, that first down doesn't happen.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
In motion is Grant. On 2nd and 9, Stafford. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 30 big ones.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well defended right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Stafford. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. They need a couple there. That's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Stafford. And And this is going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Fourth down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Gay's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Take it in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Mayfield down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Working out of the gun. Mayfield over the middle. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to not.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 2nd and 13, Stafford. This one caught by Isabella. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. And in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. To the air again, Stafford. Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. On third down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Stafford popping this forward. It's a jet sweep. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Stafford now to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Gay knocks this one through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. A first down throw for Mayfield. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Lutz good on the extra point. And we'll give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Complete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Slot man moves right. In motion is Grant. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First down at Stafford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. He finds his man complete. That's Grant. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Rolling to his left. And his throw here is incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 36. 66 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your game
They'll go again here with Akers.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. He finds his man complete. It's Grant.
And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
So after the fourth down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They go play action. Mayfield.
Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 70 as his guys are able to extend their lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Cassini, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Steps away. And this one's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's caught at the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And the tight end goes in motion left.
Here's Walker.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Ken Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Throwing is Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Stafford.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Stafford. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Rams trailing, but they... ball as we start the fourth and final quarter. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. Well, they're staring up at a third and long. Out of the gun now on third down. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break up their routes quickly as well.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. the shotgun. Here's a give to Akers. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. From the 16, Stafford, throw left side complete. That's Grant. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Stafford on third down. And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And the Rams are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw, Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Tutu Atwell. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams get a bit closer. Extra point by Gay is up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 times. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Well, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
Now they send the tight end in motion left. They're going to try and run for it, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick 6, but look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out. Sticking with Walker on second down. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now Kelly. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, You're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Returnable for Grant. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
In motion is Grant. Stafford.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are in the field?
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Going right back to Akers. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 83 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Quentin Jefferson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg it, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
The current formula's not working right now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack, now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out, draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Stafford. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
In motion, the tight end. They snap it to Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll remain down by 2. That was a masterful drive just to get down to this spot. You put your kicker in a place where you think, okay, he's going to win the game for us. Not meant to be.
And it was a masterful drive. They did exactly what they were supposed to do and got their kicker set up at a distance. Frankly, they expect him to be